Today on the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast, we are going to be talking about the new trailer number 2 for Deadpool and Wolverine. All that right after this. Welcome to the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast. I'm so excited to talk about this trailer. My name is Matthew Carroll.
I'm Ashley Coffin.
And with us today, we have two of our favorite guest hosts, J. Scotty St. Clair. What's up, J. Scotty?
I'm hyped. Excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And Hayley Hobbs.
Woohoo, red band trailer. Let's do it.
I know. I'm like, am I allowed to say the F word as much as I want?
I mean, I still have to put this on YouTube, so I got to kind of edit it. So, but yeah, so
how are you going to edit the trailer? I'll just match it.
Yeah, a ratio of 1-to-1 F words.
F word for F word. Yeah, I like it. So, I mean, I don't even know where to get. I guess let's just get started before we get into like a frame by frame type situation. Let's just talk about this trailer. What do you guys think? New Deadpool and Wolverine trailer.
I'm glad we have a plot, like more of a plot.
Yeah.
We're going to see which Wolverine this is because I don't know if it is going to be the Fox Wolverine, but I mean, it can't like be their Fox Wolverine because we saw he died. So are they going to bring him back? Like that would be some Darkhold stuff. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be that. So I'm interested to see what happened in this Wolverine's universe.
Yeah, I'm super interested in that. Like, what is it going to be? There's speculation it could be Fox's Wolverine. There's a shot in this trailer that they show like a distant. It almost looks like some sort of afterlife or something like that, where Wolverine's like in a white sleeveless shirt, like hitting the ground. Like I don't know what that's about. Like it almost looked to me like, and it's when they're saying this Wolverine let his whole world down, and I'm wondering if like this is like some sort of like what if Wolverine, after his death or whatever, reconstitutes himself like way later, which we've seen in the comic books and stuff, like when he's like destroyed down to an atom or something and reconstitutes himself with his crazy healing factor. Like what if that's like a distant future and he's like, oh, my world was destroyed because I didn't stick around, or I didn't, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, could be any of that, but it also could be the cartoon Wolverine, or could be any other version of the comics or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. What about you, Hayley Hobbs?
I was kind of annoyed when they announced this trailer yesterday because I was like, don't keep giving us stuff, but it doesn't give us too much, and so I'm okay with it, and it's pretty funny. I'm here for it.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
This is the last one I'm watching.
Yeah, are we about 2 months out? That's when I always stop. We're getting close.
Yeah,
July. So,
ooh, wow, almost 3 months out. What will we get?
July what? Am I going to be here?
yeah, I concur. I had some reservations about how necessary this trailer was, especially after how outstanding that Super Bowl trailer was, but I'm right there with you, Hayley, and Ash and Matt. I think this one did exactly what it needed to do, and the real takeaway for me is how much of a shift in tone there was. So while the first trailer was obviously very Deadpool heavy, very crude humor funny, we don't lose any of that, but we just get to really focus on the character of Logan and Wolverine, and I think, by extension, we just get a much darker tone. And yes, we are getting bigger insights into the narrative, but I think they cut this trailer my favorite way to cut a trailer. Give us some details, but don't give it all away. And, even as, we're going to go by this thing frame by frame, I suspect we will still come away without having everything figured out.
Yeah.
I hope so.
I really hope so, too. Do we know who this bald character is that's throwing people around?
I think it's a young version of the ancient one.
That's what I thought. Okay.
I'm off of that. I think it's Cassandra Nova.
Oh,
she was dressed like Charles Xavier. She's doing mind stuff, and she didn't have the scars. Because I went back.
Yeah, you're right.
And when we watched it this time, she didn't have the scars on her head.
The Doctor Strange portals.
Well, I think that's going to be Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably
could
right.
Be anyone with a sling ring. Could be Ned or whatever. Not Ned. Yeah, Ned.
It could be Ned. Why not Ned?
I was like, not Ned, and then I was getting confused between the Genki and Ned thing. Like Genki's the character that's sort of based on.
I'm just going to IMDb it because we should know by this point. She has the character. Like I wanted to know who the actress was anyway.
Ashley, I think you are onto something. That seems to be like the popular theory out there, and without spoiling anything, in X-Men 97, if you're caught up with X-Men 97, that would be very timely and appropriate for that character.
Mm.
True.
I don't know anything about Cassandra Nova.
Oh, good.
She sounds just like Tilda Swinton, though.
She does.
Well, she's English for a reason.
They're probably just throwing us off.
I don't know who Cassandra Nova is. Who is that character? I mean, without too much spoilers, I guess.
How do you even... Scotty, Hayley, how do you know?
Perhaps a figure from Charles Xavier's past that is coming back with a vengeance, I think is the best way to broach that subject.
Way to do it. That's a good way to do it.
Okay.
They have the same fashion sense. Let's put it that way.
They have the same hairstyle. It's,
exactly.
really fashion forward.
Well, in the defense of it being the Ancient One, you mentioned not having scars. Did the Ancient One have scars on her head? Is that what you're pointing out?
She had like a design.
She was also really old.
Right. Well, that's what I was going to say. This is a really young version, so this could be before the scars. If it could be.
It makes
Ancient
sense
One.
that it's a misdirect. Either way.
Totally.
Yeah, I think we're just classifying bald women into this. Everyone's the Ancient One, and we shouldn't do that.
Thanks for calling me
True.
out.
Just kidding.
Well, it's also the cloak she's wearing is kind of Ancient One-esque too.
It's like a leather, like a gambit jacket. She's not wearing a cloak.
It's a trench.
It's a trench with a pop collar.
Okay, well that is different for sure.
You got to keep the rain off of you.
Yes. Don't have any protection.
My favorite thing about this trailer, and the thing that's got me excited, is the heart of it. And I think we're getting a little bit of that heart. Like, the first two Deadpool movies are really good because they're silly and raunchy and wild and violent, but they all have this like heart at the middle of them. The first one, his love for Vanessa. The second one, his like weird adoptive child, like that he's trying to like, point in the right direction or whatever. And this one, like, it seems like they're really going for like, he's trying to bring the hero out of Logan. Like Logan has like become this jaded man, and I really like that touch. That it's not just going to be Logan showing up and being a fully formed Logan. He's going to be like a jaded Logan, maybe post the movie
Usual
Logan. Right. Well, I think that's true.
He's always so down.
He's always has grumpiness, but he's also always willing to jump in and be a hero. And it seems like this version,
Logan, he was having the issues with his claws, like not being able to come all the way out sans whiskey dick or whatever they were calling it.
Yeah, that's
but
true.
that was happening. I remember it, and that I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, no. So maybe that's a reference to that. I've forgotten that.
Premise is probably that he's trying to save his timeline, right? Because he doesn't want to lose all his friends.
Yeah.
I wonder why.
Because he doesn't want to lose all of his friends.
No, not why. He's like, why the timeline's getting exploded? Like, what's happening there? That's like,
right.
Is it the pruning,
it has to be
or
pre-God Loki, I guess.
And if it's not, is Renslayer over there like, hey, can I get out of here?
Unless it's an incursion causing it, like we've seen in Doctor Strange: Multiverse of Madness.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah. It could be Doctor Strange shows up with Clea or whatever, and like they're here to try to work on this incursion problem.
Maybe that's also Clea's world.
Yeah. What I love about this, like it being in the void at the end of time or whatever, like I love that Elias is there, but also it's just completely a factory for like whoever they want to put in this movie. Like any version of anyone, including dead people, including whoever, like anyone can show up and be a version of that character who is pruned, you know? I just think that's so much fun.
I keep thinking that thing's called a monolith. And I think I said that to several people, like monolith.
Oh, Eliath.
It's
Monolith.
an Eliath.
I had no idea what you were talking about, but I just went with it.
I remember you saying monolith
earlier.
earlier.
I cannot remember what I'm like. If you don't know, call me on it because it's probably something close.
Listen, Ashley, that's far too often that we don't know what you're talking about.
I know.
That, like, to call
you guys just let me do it. A monolith.
Well, you're gaslighting me because I was like, she hasn't watched Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, she doesn't know what the monolith is. Don't gaslight me, Ashley Coffin.
Yeah, there's 6 monoliths in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. that are like
because
used for different
you guys
things.
probably put that in my head with all this Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. talk. So it's your fault.
Well, it's your fault.
Seems like our fault. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's funny.
I think this trailer is chock full of LFG moments, including the LFG moment that kind of speaks to that heart and character that you're talking about there. Because I do think about that line where Deadpool's like, yeah, you got to show me how to be a hero. You're an X-Man. And just kind of the reverence that you hear when he says that. That's not something we're accustomed to hearing from Deadpool when he's referring to the X-Men. But then, yeah, we get the little snippet of Eliath looking like it is back on the loose. And then the big moment for me was the skull of Giant Man. Like first you have the helmet and then it opens up and you can actually see that there's a skull inside of there. So Matt, what you're talking about, we could see all variants of, whether dead, alive, somewhere in between. That's what excites me.
Yeah.
It looked like, do we think we'll see X-23 or was that Lady Deathstrike standing outside of Giant Man's? Somebody had long claws.
Ooh. I didn't
Probably
catch
Lady
that.
Okay, but let's jump into this.
That's a frame by frame question,
Yeah.
I feel like. Okay. It's time, guys. It's time. There's a bunch of... I feel like there's going to be, especially all those wasteland shots, there's going to be some good frame by frame stuff in here. So let's get to it. Starting at the top of this trailer. And I'm going to be hitting play here and there, but also pausing and going forward frame by frame when needed. All right. So we got a bar.
First of all, where is Ryan Reynolds' Jen? Because, he's not missing
Canada.
an opportunity for some product placement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the aviation?
For
right.
sure. Yeah, Ashley's right. There is a Canadian flag.
Yeah.
So, of course, both of these guys, the character of Wolverine and the actor of Ryan Reynolds being from Canada.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we got a bar with a
With a bartender.
flag, bartender wanting to kick Logan out.
And nobody wants him around because he did the bad thing.
He did
You're not
the
welcome
bad
here.
thing.
You're not welcome anywhere.
Anywhere.
Yeah, I wonder if that's like this could be the Logan timeline. In Loki, they pulled Loki out of the timeline and showed him his future. What if this is a similar thing where like this is
Logan.
pre-Logan but post the X-Men movies, and they pull like it's after the incident, whatever when Xavier, we assume whatever the incident was at the mansion that killed a bunch of people, and like maybe this is post that, and Wolverine let his universe down, and they like show that universe. They show him just like they showed Loki,
Whatever it will be, it won't be his fault.
What do you mean?
I just mean it's never actually his fault. Like I feel like there was a comic line where Mysterio like did something to him and he killed a whole bunch of people and they had to go back and fix that with some form of time travel. Like it's not gonna, whatever happened here, it would have been like an accident. It can't actually be his fault. I refuse to believe it.
Well, if it is the same Logan from the movie Logan, it wouldn't necessarily be him. It would be Charles in that case, but maybe just
and
his
he's covering
choice
up
to
for
check
him
out.
Still,
Yeah.
Well, I think if I'm not forgetting, like in Logan, they never actually said. Did they say it was Charles's powers that caused it, or did they just kind of imply it?
It's been a couple of years, but I think it's strongly implied.
Yeah, I think it's strongly implied too. And what maybe the thing is, like the X-Men could have killed him or killed Charles, but they refused to make that choice. Yeah, and then that causes that's why the X-Men are kind of hated now or whatever. Which is why he wouldn't be served. If that's even why. It could just be because he's been violent in this bar at this time.
But
sure.
It's not even that
totally
Wolverine.
possible.
Yeah. But anywhere would mean multiple bars.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
everywhere
he's
else.
very blacklisted in the community.
And Canada,
bars.
everyone's so goddamn nice in Canada.
Oh yeah, he did something real wrong if they're saying that in Canada.
Real bad.
Okay, we're rolling through. We get this wonderful. I feel like there's so much in these shots. There could be some secrets, but everything's blurry.
It makes me laugh every time. Look, lady.
I like how unbothered he is that this random person has shown up in this ridiculous costume.
Yeah.
I do love the Deadpool
He's like, I've seen it all, man.
Also, it's kind of funny because this is the same way that he was approached in First Class,
Oh,
at the
yeah.
bar.
And he told them to F off.
Yeah.
Or go F themselves. One of the Fs.
I keep thinking something's going to be cool in the background, but like it's all too blurry to really see.
I bet it's all like Canadian beers.
Yeah.
Well, with the mention of that first class scene, that was kind of where my mind went. I need to rewatch First Class, but I'm looking in that bar background, wondering if it's the same bar.
Oh, that's
fun. I think
No.
they come straight in the doors in First Class and come up to him, and then he's like F off, and they go straight back out.
Yeah, I think the doors are directly
Why
behind him.
that is burned in my brain, I don't know.
I'm right there with you,
I like
Hayley.
watching Michael Fassbender strut through like golden hour lighting.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Okay, I love that. I don't know. This is a Deadpool who doesn't know who Wolverine is, or is this like
guess.
in Deadpool? Yeah, I don't know. I'm really curious about what this Deadpool's relationship to Wolverine is, because just grabbing Wolverine like that seems like a guy who doesn't know who Wolverine is.
Right.
In the first trailer, he acts like he does.
Because he says like,
I'm a big fan. I've always wanted to work with you or something.
Oh,
But
right,
here
right,
they're
right.
But that's the
definitely
yellow
acting.
suit one too, so I don't know.
multiple Wolverines. Is
But
fun.
also, even in the Deadpool movies, he makes reference to Hugh Jackman a lot, but I don't know that he ever actually like references Wolverine. But he also knows Colossus and knows other X-Men. So, okay, I don't see anything in this shot either that's like notable other than the Canada stuff.
Just Canada.
All right, I really do think you're onto something, Ash. Bringing up that's something. His claw's not working fully. But they're even working less than they were in the
Yeah.
Because if I remember, it was like one of the claws got stuck in Logan.
Yeah. Oh, and he had to pull it out.
It's kind of hard to tell from this image because it's a little blurry. It's got the motion blur, but can we tell if those are adamantium plated or if those are bone claws? Because they kind of look like bone claws with the little snip we get, but I can't be sure.
I thought they were adamantium.
I see.
Okay.
That
I know that
looks
later
metal
in the
to me.
trailer they're clearly adamantium.
I
Okay.
think they are adamantium. They just look smooth. Whenever they've given him bone claws, they're like kind of ridgy and gross looking.
Oh.
I agree with you, Scotty. At first, I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is this
Whiskey Dick
Wait
at the
for the
Claws are very
flash.
common with
Yeah.
Wolverines over 40. MCU cast can send him some hymns. Matt, hit them with the promo.
Oh yeah, hymns.com/MCU. Yeah, if you have any problems with erectile dysfunction.
If your claws won't come out at night.
Very common.
If your claws won't come out at night. Thank you, Hayley.
I'll take my cut.
This is not even a paid ad. Okay, so this is. Have we seen this gun before in the other Deadpool movies, or is this new? Smile, wait for the flash.
I think we've seen the front of his barrel a lot, and I don't think there's ever been anything written on it.
Okay, I didn't remember this either, so that's cool. And also, I mean, I feel like doing a time travel multiverse movie and then having a thing that says the Flash on it. Also,
Oh,
you know,
okay, cool. Okay.
maybe
Okay.
just a little bit of a reference, but probably not.
I like the smile wave. I love that. That's fun.
Yeah, me too. I love Wolverine leaning
Oh,
into the
way
gun.
he puts his head against the
Yeah.
gun is rough. He's like, do
Just
it, man.
do it.
Yeah, look at
Oh,
that. That is
his
an actor.
face.
Look at that actor right there.
Is he an EGOT at this point? Or very close
He's
to
very
one?
close, yeah.
He should
Yeah.
He just doesn't have the of the EGOT.
I don't think he's gonna get it for this, sadly. But
No.
Yeah,
I love
probably
Hugh
not.
Jackman.
I love
Do you think he leans into that because he's suicidal, or he leans into that because he knows he has an adamantium head?
I don't think it has
Both.
to be either. Yeah, I think it's all of the
Yeah.
above plus add fun on
He
top
just
of that, and
yeah,
he's drunk.
Yeah.
Go ahead and make my day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that face looks like some serious like pain behind those eyes.
Oh, yeah.
It's so sad.
It's really sad. I'm really worried to see like if this, maybe we will learn more about the incident in Massachusetts, right? Is that where the school is?
I think
The
it's in
school's
New
in
York.
New York.
Yeah.
Westchester,
Okay.
New York.
Westchester, maybe that's what it was. Westchester incident. I remember they said some city or something in the movie. They said like the something incident.
We have to move off this frame. I'm like about to cry.
Oh.
Yeah, it's tough. It really is tough.
I see drunk eyes. I'm like, let's
Okay.
go. Like they keep
Aw.
saying.
Now we're in the void, guys. Now we're in the void. 20th century logo. Love that.
So funny.
Do we still think that's going to be in the film, or are they just showing that here for fun?
I think it's going to be in the film. Now that I see
at
it
this
here,
point, yeah.
it's got to
Yeah.
be.
It does look very CGI though. Look at it.
It
Like
looks
they could
very-
take it out in a second's notice. They're like, oh, you like that? We're gonna wipe that out of there.
What's that in the far right? Do you have any ideas?
It looks like this Toronto Tower, since we're making
Yeah,
Canadian
it kinda
references.
Yeah.
Oh,
This
interesting.
Toronto Space Needle.
I don't know the Toronto Space Needle. That's
It looks
cool.
just like the
I know
Seattle
what you're
Space
talking
Needle.
about, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
cage of some sort on the ground. There's a blue car. I don't know if there's any of these things are possible references.
The scaffolding like kind of looks like from a backlot or something on a movie.
Oh, yeah. I could totally
and so
see
maybe
that.
this is like an abandoned movie set in the void or something.
That's a
Or a
good call.
sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it almost
Yeah, I
looks
was
like
thinking a marquee
baseball
sign as
field
well.
or something.
Oh.
I don't know. Yeah, this could be marquee. I don't know.
But why are there
Alright.
mountains? There's like snow-capped mountains.
Because that's what makes me think it's like a movie. Like California has those, you know,
You're right, yeah.
like in Hollywood. I don't know.
Could
It'd be
be.
fun.
And we get a return to the birthday party scene from the first trailer, and he says, "I'm about to lose everything." So that kind of confirms we've speculated about this, that like this would be what his mission is. And Vanessa's back. Vanessa is fully back.
But they're broken up, I'm pretty sure.
That's right.
still.
In the other trailer, it seemed like they might be broken up,
Mm-hmm.
but he's still happy to go to try to save this version of his life.
That wig, Mary. Oh my God.
It's the skin. I can't.
I love it.
Looking like Brett
She's like
Kavanaugh.
giving him bedroom eyes too, and I'm like,
Ugh, God, she's into that. She's into that.
And she is into that.
I like your
Once you
pockmarks,
get past it, I'm sure it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
but then you have to get past the wig too.
That wig would be, I'd be like, no, we're not doing this. We are not doing this, Richard Nixon. You can go put that down. Look at his wig.
Checkers, come get rid of this wig.
Mhm. Okay, we
Just
got a
bald.
helicopter crash in the background.
Looks like
Mhm.
it.
Fun.
Some sort. It looks like a helicopter anyway.
Like
I
I,
love
want
the
this
way
to
the
be the
color
wasteland
pops.
where movies go to die or something.
Oh, that's
It
so
would
funny.
be so funny.
Yeah.
Like, was that to Titanic?
I think that's a helicarrier again, maybe.
Looks like
On the
part
ground.
of a helicarrier, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Like it looks like it's crashed, and you see the little like blades down on the
Yeah.
ground. So I think that's another helicarrier, which we saw in another trailer somewhere.
The Titanic would be funny. Because that's immediately what I thought. I'm so glad you said that. When movies go to die. What's
Look, it's the
this?
monoliths.
That's
Yeah, look
what
at
the
the
monoliths. Oh, that's what they are.
Except it can't be a monolith because mono means one. Like that's a mini lith.
Well, we said
Polylith?
monoliths.
Multi-lith.
I like
Wait, what's the
polymonoliths
There is the word for it. That's
with gashes.
what do they call Stonehenge? Like there are more than
Yeah.
just Stonehenge of this
They're
type.
hinges.
Hinge is okay.
Yeah.
It's not a
Easter Island.
ziggurat, but, you know.
Like
Okay.
when there's a
Something to
collection
that
of
effect, a
rocks, it can be
relic.
a hinge. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the definitely hinge. I thought there was like a something lith that went with that. Anyway, but I can't think of it. Okay, so this is the part I was talking about. What's that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Younger.
younger for sure. This is the part I was thinking might be him like viewing his afterlife or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he gets
Yeah.
him from the void. Like it makes a lot of sense that. Well, no, he approached him in the bar first, so I don't know.
You think he takes him back to the TVA and then they like show him like
Yeah. Could be.
the highlights of
Mm.
stuff like they did.
Oh
Loki.
yeah, that's actually really funny. If they take Deadpool to TVA and show him his future, and then Deadpool like ties them all up, goes get Wolverine and like shows him his future, and he's like messing around with the TVA's technology or
Oh, yes,
something.
Mr. Darcy had a broken nose in this one.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
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 Yeah, definitely stuck out to me. For this particular scene, if we go off the assumption that the villain does indeed have, you know, psychic powers that are the equivalent of Professor X, I think
You're
this is
so
like
right.
Logan in his mind space, like kind of being
Mm.
Yeah.
tortured.
I love that. I think that's totally possible.
Wear that white t-shirt.
Oh my God, you could just make all of that this at that point. All of it could be the astral plane. That kind of changes everything.
Mm.
I feel like the void is like because
Well,
Elias
we saw the
is there.
monolith. Yeah. Or
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Elias.
It's
Done.
coming.
We move past the dust monster. I'm not going to bring him up anymore. He's so cute. I miss him, and I can't wait to see him again in July. Not be bringing him
I
up
want to
again.
know how we get from bar Wolverine to yellow suit Wolverine.
Right.
I know
I
what's
wonder
going
that
on in
too.
that town.
Is it two of them?
Please, God, let it be two.
We've seen in the other trailer the like cow like whatever what's the version that goes to the city
Patch.
Patch, yeah, sorry. We've seen that version as well. So that's another
Oh, yeah.
speculation. Like maybe he checks in on multiple versions of Wolverine from different places in the timeline, and then the one that like failed his world is the only one that's like willing, like he can get to leave his world and come help. You know.
I like that.
Yeah.
This shot is shot of Wolverine. There's a helicopter on the left side. Over here looks like a white submarine, maybe.
Yeah,
Or
maybe a
what
Zeppelin
if
or
it's
something.
A Zeppelin. That's what I was like. Now I'm afraid to name anything.
It's another monolith back there.
That Led Zeppelin.
It does kind of look like a Led Zeppelin.
Broken nose.
Yeah, broken nose.
Oh, so
And
broken.
Yeah. Well, and Wolverine's on the floor. I really do wonder if like this is Deadpool coming in and being like, show Wolverine his stuff. Like show him his future.
Those monitors are awfully blurry, but there's a 2A, if I'm not mistaken. Does that have any significance that we're aware of? On the
Like
right
a
monitor, it looks like a
boarding
2A
ticket
there.
on a plane.
Two assholes. No, I have no idea.
Yeah, there he goes. Yeah, that does look a 2 ad. Can't think of anything. Okay. Continuing on.
Oh, what if he's like, I'll save the world, but I want to use a Wolverine or something? They had to go through, and that's the one that they found.
Well, it sounds like from this trailer, he says, I don't know how to save the world, but you do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I think that's pretty likely. Like, he's like, I don't know how to be a hero, but this guy's the hero, you know?
You're the X-Man.
Yeah. And then he has to pull one that's not actually, that it didn't end up working out. You know, it's kind of interesting. Ooh.
Oh God,
Yeah.
I don't even have that.
Man.
And that
That's not
makes
kind.
me cringe.
Yeah. Wolverine hitting
It doesn't
Deadpool.
matter how undead you are. That's not
Right
kind.
in the
But then
Ryan
he
Reynolds.
shoots him in the ribs several
I know.
times. So I mean,
I think
Yeah.
I would take double bang, bang, bang to my ribs than Wolverine's 12 inches to the.
Let's go slowly
Anything.
through this. Let's
Yeah.
go slowly through this.
I think there should be a little bit more blood.
frame
I like
by
how you
frame.
can really see how it's
Oh,
retractable.
no.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh,
there's
that's
a little
terrible.
blood.
Oh, he goes
Ew.
forward. Oh,
He goes
man.
forward, back. He
Forward, yeah,
double
forward then
times
in.
it.
Yeah, it's not great. That's not fun to watch.
Is anybody else turned on? No, just
A little bit.
yeah.
Oof, the rib shots.
Oh my God, I know.
Ooh, and the pain on Wolverine's face.
Yeah,
Mm.
Poor
man. Like,
baby. Oh, he still cracks him in the face. Imagine getting hit with an adamantium skull and your
Ooh.
poor little.
that's why Paradox looked so messed up.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's interesting because Paradox, the TVA seems to have come and gotten Deadpool. Then they sent him to get Wolverine, I guess. Then he brings him back. And then they end up in the void. So it's like they tried a Deadpool idea and they were like, no, this is clearly not a good idea. And then they send him to the void, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Or maybe
I
they
think,
go
he,
in the void
I
to
think
find
he might
something.
get voided when he's fighting the TVA in the snow.
Yeah.
I mean, I bet it happens more than once. I hope he gets pruned a couple times.
Yeah, that would be good. Or should we wait for a third act flashback? It's such a good line.
I just want to keep quoting it. And I'm like,
Okay.
what's Copperheads?
Serpent Society, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that what
Oh.
Luke Cage's villain?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
fun.
Nice pull.
That's
Cool.
fun.
Very good.
Okay, his sleeves have been ripped off, which
Thank
I'm also a
you.
fan of.
I'm a big
Just-
fan of those.
You could
arms.
do that a
Goodness.
little slower, Matt, if you could slow it down.
I can.
Back it up.
That
And
is
then
the first
put
time we're
like a
seeing
prayer.
the sleeveless, right? Yeah.
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 Put like
that's
a
great.
prayer over it. How dare they use one of my favorite songs? Just
I
it was
love
like,
it.
just keep pulling me in.
Yeah, they're
Ryan.
just.
Look
pull
at the
it- pull me
gold
on her.
guns.
After I watched this, my fiance woke up this morning and put her music on. It was playing this song as she walked through the house. And I was like, that's really weird. She did not watch the trailer. She just like
Simulation.
happened to
I
be playing
listen to
the
that song like once a day, once every 2
Yeah.
days, probably.
It's good. Okay. We got
There's the Liefield's
Liefelds.
Liefield's just for feet. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Liefeld's just for feet. They're really good. As many of you may know, Liefeld's a comic book creator who was bad at drawing feet. And so they have
Deadpool's comic
The
creator.
Deadpool
Yeah, yeah,
Specifically bad at drawing Deadpool. He draws them
Yeah.
like dog feet.
it's really good.
I don't really think it matters, but can we make out the establishment in the middle there? There's some lettering.
Eastside Pharmacy Medical Center.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
On the
Eastside
right.
Pharmacy Medical Center. Yep.
East
So
side.
we got a gang place, a medical center, and then
The foot store.
Foot store. Well, something horrible happened
When
here.
you said a gang place, I thought you meant East Side. Like,
oh,
East Side?
like, yeah.
I was like, oh, the Copperheads. I got you.
Yes, that's how gangster I am.
I know a lot of cities have an east side, but my mind immediately goes to Chicago. I don't know if there's
Like New
any
York,
basis there.
because that's where
yeah.
it comes from in the songs. You know,
Mhm.
East Coast, West Side, East Side.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Right.
East Side. East Side's East Coast, West Side's West Coast.
Yeah,
So,
so
it's
fair
like
enough. So Chicago does.
whole
I
thing.
guess it still doesn't. That's you're like middle.
There's also a little
What?
green sign behind this one-way sign. Can anybody make that out?
No, my vision's only getting worse
I
every
see
year.
something.
Some kind of
little
sail?
sack. Little
I think it says.
sack.
I think it says Saga.
Florals?
I think it says Little Saga.
I think
It's
you're
a
right.
flower shop.
It's Sage or Saga, yeah.
Oh, I think it says something in Sage. It does look like a flower shop.
Flowers.
Yeah, it says
yeah.
Flower and Gifts Little Saga. And so it's like Little Saga, which is funny given that we're in the middle of a saga, the multiverse saga.
We're at the end. Oh, good. This is gonna be fun. Who
Sparks
are
are
they fighting?
flying.
Yeah, I wonder.
They
I bet
always do when Hugh Jackman walks by you.
That's right.
Jesus,
Mhm.
Mr. 4th of July over there from Australia. I just can't. I can't. Look at how much bigger he is than Ryan Reynolds. He's how old now?
He's gotta be
in his
pushing
50s.
God damn. I will say it, men, like the way that men can just keep it together until their 60s makes me very angry.
yeah.
It's not that women aren't
Rail
still
against
beautiful at that age, but like I don't feel like even if I train and it was my job like it is for actors and someone was feeding me and making me work out, I'm not getting like it. I don't want to look like that, but that's just look at his veins. Look at his legs. Do you think any of that's fake?
That vein kind of looks digital, and I wonder.
I don't
Yeah.
think so. Remember Chris Hemsworth? Like, he was veining out and
Yeah, well,
Ragnarok.
he was like, I'm not on steroids. What do you mean? No, I love him. I'm kidding.
He's a lot younger than Hugh Jackman. though.
Yeah.
I watched several of his workout videos. Those are his veins.
Oh, I
I
watched those with
bet
my
you
morning
did.
coffee.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Feed
like
me.
shoving a fucking donut in my mouth. I'm like, let's watch Chris Hemsworth run back and forth in his backyard.
That sign does say a little sage in the background, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not Saga.
Okay, Little Sage. Oh, that might
Now
be.
that it's out of the one-way
Yeah,
road
you're
sign,
right.
you can see it.
You're right. Totally does. I love this edit because it looks like they're. If you weren't paying attention to the background, it looks like that's the same shot. Like he turns to Wolverine,
Yeah.
but it's not. I'm soaking wet right now, so I think
Yeah, I
that's
was
actually.
like, I don't need to say it. I've already implied it every other way.
So I think it's actually Deadpool turning directly to camera. Like I think he's about to fight
Oh, some fourth
Wolverine,
wall
Oh,
stuff.
like across the battlefield, and it looks there. He's turning directly to camera because the way they edited the footage, I thought he was saying it to Wolverine previously.
Right.
Oh, that shot. I think that shot is gorgeous. It's a
Mm.
shot
Yeah.
of Wolverine's claws coming out slowly, full adamantium.
His thighs.
Adamantium. Golly, I can't say that word today. Full adamantium.
Adamantium?
Yeah, you got it. Wolverine's claws coming out full adamantium and like just looking smooth and beautiful with the blue and yellow suit. Like that's
Well,
such
and the
a
little
good shot.
metal things that they come out of on his gloves. Like,
I
oh,
know.
so good.
God, so good. So
Yeah.
good.
I don't care what Scorsese says. This is cinema.
This is
Cinema.
cinema.
Take a seat, Martin. We're
Marty.
busy.
Then we cut to a shot. We haven't seen these actual shots. We've seen oh gosh,
That's
Yeah,
Deadpool
get 'em.
slicing
Blood.
someone's spine
Is he
out.
using a piece of wood? It's a branch?
Oh gosh,
Oh, that
that's
does look like a
rough stuff.
vertebrate, just like free
Or it's
falling.
somebody's bone?
Oh, is it
Scotty.
really?
It looks like it. When you said he's slicing their spine out, I didn't think at first, but then when you said that, it does
You're
look
you're
like
right.
totally right.
That's raunchy. Oh,
Oh man,
gross.
gross. That's gross. Okay,
That's so cool.
it is cool, but it's gross.
that's
So
nasty.
yeah, Deadpool just killing guys in
TVA
guys are
some
going out.
sort of killing TVA guys. Okay, now we get the character we've been talking about.
Ooh, okay. So now that we're slow-mo, she's clearly emerging from the skull of Ant-Man. I didn't put that together.
I didn't
Well,
either.
shot.
If
Are we
she
sure?
would probably need a
Yeah.
thing to, like how Charles uses if she's
Oh.
a psychic,
Like
Siri.
Cerebro.
like a cerebro.
Yes.
Mm.
Siri!
I was like, what is it? You know, the AI.
Hayley just said Siri. Oh man, I love it. Oh, that's great. Okay, so yeah, inside of Ant-Man's head looks like her headquarters. Yeah, that's
That
a
is
pretty
an
good
expression.
face. And I think I know that Logan was the swan song and all, and like this definitive piece, but like the face acting I'm seeing from Jackman in this trailer is so good.
It's
so
on the
Wolverine.
theater,
He's a
on the
theater
stage.
child. Yes, everything's got to be big.
Ooh, what do we got behind Deadpool there?
It's like a hunk
Just a
of rock.
On the right hand side, it looks like an old sailing ship. Y'all see that?
Yeah, I could see that.
And over
If
the
it's where
left looks
movies
like.
going to die, it's pirates.
Oh my god, that would be so funny.
That would be really funny.
Right. I don't know if it's just my screen or not, but right in between Wolverine's claws and Deadpool's heads in the background, it almost looks like a circus tent.
Circus
almost.
tent?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
was gonna say. Yep,
Okay.
totally. And then there's some sort of stone structure. At first, it looked like it's just a rock, but that's some sort of stone structure.
Like
Yeah.
markings on it or something.
Yeah, well, it looks like it's like carved out in a very
Oh yeah, it's
specific
carved.
pattern.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are the world statue carving.
What could that be? That we've seen that thing in the background of a bunch of these trailers, and there's also like a UFO in the background right here,
Yeah.
which I think we saw in we saw a UFO in the Void in Loki as well.
Is it a UFO? It kind of looks like those Mysterio drones.
Like lighting or
Oh.
something.
Oh,
Maybe
that
maybe
one
might be
does.
too big to be that. But
Yeah, it looks too big to
They
me,
were
but
pretty big. Spider-Man was hopping around on them.
Yeah.
Well, that looks like bigger than a person, I think.
Yeah, it's
But I
too
don't
far
know.
away.
Could be. It's hard. It's far away.
hmm
But this is back to that shot where they're fighting in the Void. Same shot we've seen a bunch.
Mhm.
At least the same scene. Oh gosh, that's
Ugh.
bloody.
That's a good
This
one.
is so
Ah,
bloody, guys.
CGI. Go
So-
practical, you cowards.
Who's this guy?
Just kill
Yes.
actors.
Is he just a
love
TVA
Yeah,
it.
just
dude?
kill them. I think he's making him his I hope it's like the TVA's sword specialist.
Yeah,
Okay.
totally. Like golden
Weapons
swords.
master.
They're
Oof,
Hattori Hanzo.
Their
Hattori
quartermaster.
Hanzo.
You
that is
lie.
beautiful.
Oh,
I love this shot of Deadpool being thrown through the roof of this building.
is that a Ford Windstar?
I don't know.
I think you might be right.
Could that be the blue car we see later flipped over? I don't know.
Oh, maybe they all got sucked through the
Probably.
void.
Oh,
If maybe this is where they get pruned from.
that looks like the American
Mhm.
Southeast to me. Like it looks like South Carolina or something like that.
Yeah.
Totally. Almost
But
like
like
New
it could also be
Orleans.
like Kyoto. I have no idea.
Yeah.
For sure.
It could be Kyoto being filmed in the southeast.
Well, yeah, it's probably
That's-
Georgia. Thinking
Yeah.
about Pinewood Studios and
Atlanta.
Yeah, totally. Okay, now we're back to this.
See, they're like, if you didn't know she was English, give her a cup of tea and go, boys are so silly. Ta.
Ancient one did
Yeah.
love tea.
This is
she
the shot
did.
of the bald lady we've been talking about. What was
I think
the name?
you're right, though. I
again?
don't think it's the ancient one.
It's
That
what's,
China pattern is not Camartage.
no, that is Xavier Posh,
Yeah.
What's the name of the character y'all are thinking this is?
Cassandra Nova.
Cassandra Nova.
Cassandra. I say it like such a Philly. Cassandra
Cassie.
Nova.
Okay.
I can't see what you're doing over there.
Yeah, hey, Cassandra. Look at her. She's so boring and basic.
Is it
Look at her
Lias?
purse.
I love how in
Oh,
the
hi, honey.
I love how in the last trailer we got like just a little bit of the purple outline of Eliath like peeking in the corner, and in this trailer we're getting full on like better vision of Eliath than we even got in Loki right there.
It's not just me, right? Like, they're adorable, right?
Yeah.
A little bit,
Have we
yeah.
ever had like that much form given to Eliath? Like there's clearly like a mouth and eye structure at the front in this shot. I
Exactly.
don't recall ever seeing anything like that. I just thought
I think
it
we
was
saw glimpses of it, sort
Okay.
of like, but I don't think we ever saw it like this clearly. That's what I was getting at. Yeah,
This is
okay.
movie money.
yeah, like maybe they couldn't do it without looking a little cheesy on the TV budget, but
Mm.
yeah, this looks really good. Okay, then we get the shot. It looks like the beginning
So
of the
is
shot we
that-
see later.
Azazel. We have Azazel. We have Lady Deathstrike.
Oh, yeah.
Or X-23. How many claws does she have? Is there 2 or 5?
It looks like the Lady Deathstroke from X2. Yeah.
It does to me too. And it looks like that's this might be the entire body of Ant-Man. You see those shoulders?
It's,
Mhm.
yeah, poor giant man. He had
It looks like he got like spread out and just
Oh
like
yeah,
fell.
for sure.
spread eagle right here.
That would stink.
Yeah.
Because he's still in there. Look at his teeth.
Yep. His whole body's in there probably. Gross.
It'd be funny if it's like a Hank Pym Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, it's been there a long time in the void. Good, great shot.
Is that what's on the
Red
front
Skulls.
of that? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. There's the Red Skull car.
But they what's the movie?
They hot rodded it out.
They hot rodded it. And what's the one where they drive around in the sand? Thunderdome?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mad Max Thunderdome.
Yeah,
Beyond
what's going
Thunderdome.
on here? Yeah. That's right. You gurgle that Jack Daniels. You spit it right in my mouth.
And
So they're like inside of Ant-Man right now, maybe.
oh, is that what you think?
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
Okay.
Grody.
Is that a Chinese crescent? They're
Where?
so ugly.
The dog, a Chinese crested.
Crested. Like Chinese crescent moon.
I don't know what are you talking about?
Jump to the next scene. It's the dog, Deadpool dog, or Dogpool, or whatever. That's a Chinese.
Okay.
They're so ugly. They're so cute, though.
He's like little shoes
Look
on,
at
though.
Hugh Jackman's face. He's like, what is that, gremlin?
Yeah. I love this. The humongous tongue. Like licking
Dogpool.
Deadpool.
That's my
Dogpool.
favorite version of Deadpool.
Yeah.
Those little boots.
God, there's so much
Cute.
fun stuff in this movie, guys, already.
This is Mad Max, right? Look at this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Very
the
Mad
chariot
Maxy.
of motorcycles. What the hell is happening? Is that Battle Kingdom or Battle
I
Planet?
mean, there's precedent. Like, there's a part in the Jason Aaron Thor run where one of the gods is running around hell in like a freaking monster truck. So,
I love it.
like, I
That's
get it.
awesome. Okay, yeah, that is really beautiful and very Mad Max. It looks almost like he's riding a Mars rover of some sort.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The solar
Yeah.
panels on the back.
Yeah, the solar panels in the back, the way the wheels look, like it looks like a NASA thing.
Do we have any guesses as to which character this is? Because I know when the first trailer came out, there was a second where I thought it kind of looked like Doctor Doom, and then I saw the online discourse. I wasn't alone in that, but it was pretty quickly kind of squashed. So I'm thinking maybe Pyro, based off of the little glimpse we got of him in the first trailer.
yeah.
Very
Probably
possible.
part of his little group.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if
Because
that's
he was
that's
his
him.
comic run where he was in those outfits. It was like a after dystopia kind of thing, right? I can't
Yeah.
remember.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, let's see the next
Keep it
shot.
going.
We're in the
That's
car.
a big knife. There's a lot of blood. Oh, Jesus.
Deadpool stabbing
Oh,
Wolverine.
right,
so
in the
good.
leg. Right in the femur.
Oh, guys, I think that's Ant-Man's hands.
That's
Oh,
rough.
Yep, I bet like it looks like they have the arms laid out so that his hands come together, which means he's probably like their perimeter or whatever. You know what I
this is
mean?
the
Like
gate.
that's the gate is his fingers.
Yeah.
That's pretty great.
Boom.
Oh man, I love that. How weird for them to live in Ant-Man's head. I love
She's
this.
done a great
You know
place
what's
with it.
crazy?
Look
Is
at
she
all
like
that
looks
glass.
like James McAvoy.
She does look like James McAvoy. That has to be why they cast her.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
If you squint a little bit,
Cassandra Nova is related to Magneto, I guess.
No,
Oh,
James
Charles
McAvoy
Xavier.
is Xavier.
Xavier, sorry.
Magneto's not a bad call, though. The way she seemingly just controls wherever his claws go, it does feel like Magneto.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
so getting people's head though is Charles. You can control people easily.
Yeah, but
for
the
sure.
way she's doing it to me does look more like she's controlling the actual objects in front of her, not his brain. You know what I mean?
Charles he could do both.
Mhm.
That's how he moves his chair around.
That's true. That's true.
Ooh, stab yourself, Wolverine.
Yeah.
Whoa. Man, his legs are not making out of this.
I know you did all that work on
Just
those
right and
thighs
left.
down into the ground, and then I would make him ...
Okay, we do have the blue car again in a completely different place. That's not.
I think
the
you're right.
same
I think they
forest.
get for sure pruned from that forest.
And then they end up here.
That's definitely
then-
a Ford Windstar.
Mhm.
Yeah, funny. That's what my mom had when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. This is inside the Ant-Man guy,
Yeah,
Area.
it looks like
Looks like
inside the
it's the same-
gates.
and that's
He's
in
fighting.
the inside. Ugh.
Deadpool's
Is that
fighting a bunch
teeth?
of nondescript dudes. Yeah, there's teeth over there. This must be inside the skull, maybe?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Man, That's wild. I love this shot so freaking much. It looks like they're jumping out of Ant-Man's eye socket.
So into a Doctor Strange circle, I would assume.
A sling ring portal.
So do we think it'll be Strange, or are we going to have Wong be the character that kind of ties all of our movies together? Because that's kind of been what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit in early phase 4.
Yeah, he popped up in Shang-Chi, and then he popped up in She-Hulk.
Then
Is that it?
Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness was the big
that's his movie.
Yeah. I love this shot so much because all the stuff we've been talking about, it kind of reveals it all. You've got you've got Ant-Man's hands out in front. You got Eliath like falling on them, like coming at them. It looks like, and they're diving into a sling ring portal. So that looks so epic. It looks so much fun. It looks so much fun.
Yeah.
That shot excites me a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
So is this like mostly from the beginning of the movie?
Are we going to talk about cocaine? Kevin Feige said we can't talk about cocaine, but he didn't tell me anything. My girl interrupted. They crushed at the end here.
That was great.
Yeah, they did. And then the fact that it is like Deadpool being brought over to Disney, and then they threw the "Do you want to build a snowman?" reference in there makes me laugh a lot. And the shadow
they know what that means.
Do you want to build a snowman? I want to, but I can't. It's really good.
Even force bump. Yeah.
I feel dumb. What is LFG?
Let's fucking go. When you said it earlier, until it did it right here, I had no idea.
Oh yeah,
I had no
people
idea
use that
what
in
that
sports
meant.
a lot, like LFGs.
Oh, okay.
Like
I didn't know.
I'm not a sportsman.
Did you? I went my face when you said it. I was like going through all of the words. I was like, no.
I was going through all of the words.
I was like, that's not it. I was going to ask you when we got off. I didn't want to embarrass myself.
Yeah, I didn't either. I kind of ignored. Somebody mentioned it earlier. And I was like,
LFG,
I don't know what
LFG,
that is.
of course.
I know what that means.
Wait till you watch this back. You're going to see me go. Go for my phone.
Like
no, I'm
the
not going to
gif
look it
of
up.
the lady with the math equations floating by.
Start pinning stuff. What the LLLL.
Love it. I did something very similar. So we're right there with Yash. I think LFG stands for monolith.
Monoliths.
Yeah.
multiple monoliths.
Yeah, multiple monoliths. Okay, so we have now. I feel like we gleaned a few things from our frame by frame. The Ant-Man is more extensive than just the one shot of the head. It's like that looks like her whole base. There's I don't know what else. What else did we learn? I feel like that's a lot of what we learned was all the Ant-Man stuff.
Well,
we got Lady
that means that she
Deathstrike.
got pruned at some point, probably.
Yeah,
So
Zazel.
she's probably trying to find a way to get back to whatever.
The big
universe
bad's
she
going to
was
be
in.
Cassandra Nova, I guess. I like that the villain's going to be female. That's fun.
Yeah.
And looks really good. Even just a few shots we have of her, like forcing his hands up, forcing his hands down, the facial expression. Again, just so much matters in how much people are putting into the roles. I feel like a lot of these movies fail or succeed on how much the actors put into them. You know what I mean? Like if you get these green screen movies, sometimes you get the actors just kind of being like, I am in front of a wall. Like, look at the bad guy, and they just look like they're really acting. Like Hugh Jackman's face is amazing in it. And if that's Cassandra Nova, like she is really killing it too. Her facial expressions look awesome.
She's great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. She was Diana in The Crown for 2 seasons.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Emma Corrin, I believe her name is, or their name is.
Didn't know that.
Yeah. I think the other thing that we can be pretty confident kind of walking away from this one was the tracking of the Ford Windstar there, like seeing it go from the forest to the wasteland and being able to kind of track, when they get pruned or, maybe not the first time they get pruned.
Yeah. We're starting to see a plot sort of come together, at least a exposition come together. Again, the thing that most excites me is just that this seems like it's going to be as silly, as violent, and as funny as the other ones, but it's going to maintain the heart, and that's like all I want from these movies. Like they've done a really good job with the first two doing that. And I was worried sometimes, going to an Avengers movie, for instance, from a solo movie, sometimes you lose what makes the core of that character, I guess, because you've got too much to do when you've got multiple characters on screen. But it looks like Deadpool is still going to be sort of like, a heartless, not a heartless assassin, like a brutal assassin, but with a heart. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I love him. I love this character.
Yeah.
Oh man, I was thinking about the Deadpool bucket.
Okay.
And
oh yeah,
Deadpool's like designing the bucket. What if it ends up just being like those little, in the first 2 Deadpool movies, he keeps having little visions of like unicorns and stuff that are very like childish and silly. What if it's like you go to the movies and it's like, hey, get this crazy uncensored bucket, and they hand it to you in like a brown bag or something, and you open it up, it's just like a kid's toy with like unicorns all over it and stuff.
Oh.
They're gonna do something with that because Feige specifically said Deadpool is designing it, not Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, after saying the F word 3 times in front of a bunch of children or whatever the hell that was.
It's gonna be in the movie.
See, I thought you were going in opposite direction with that. I thought you would get the bag and then open it up and it's just a plain popcorn bucket. It's like you got to use your imagination. You got to get in that Deadpool headspace.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just think the guys got
bucket.
one that they can copulate with, so I would like something made for the ladies.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I wasn't against that Deadpool face with the Shai Halud mouth. That's fine. Does it vibrate? Think about the people.
Oh my gosh. Oh Lord.
Rated R podcast. Woo!
Well, speaking of rated R, I can't help but think back when we got, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and that famously had the first F-bomb in the MCU, and like when we heard the behind the scenes about that, like I guess Kevin Feige said to James Gunn, like, you can do it, but do you really want that to be your legacy? And in retrospect, it's kind of like, was he like that because he wanted this for Deadpool?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, because like that question, asking James Gunn that question feels like a big like, I don't know, it's your choice, but do it at your own risk.
I can't remember who said that.
I think it was James saying it. So
It just doesn't really sound like Kevin Feige.
Maybe
it was though. Who am I to say?
I'm excited.
Me too. This looks awesome.
All
right. Well, before we go, you guys, Jay, Scotty, where can people find you online? What other things can they follow you to?
Yeah, I've got an animation-focused podcast called Animation Deliberation, so please check that out. I'm also over on Multiverse News every week, and then over on Bingers Assemble, the podcast where we rewatch movies so you don't have to. We've just begun our coverage of the Planet of the Apes films in preparation for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, so check me out in all of those places.
Ooh, man, lots of places. Hayley, Hobbs, how about you?
You can find me over at Source Pages, where we read comics and novels as primers for all the geeky TV shows and movies we love, and on Multiverse News. And I have to plug Bill and Ashley's Terror Theater.
Oh, yeah. We've brought Hayley to the dark side. We have Bill and Ashley's Terror Theater, just all things horror over there. We have Ready or Not just dropped today, wherever you're listening was probably a couple days ago. And then we have Abigail coming out. And if you want to hear some hot takes.
Oh.
Yeah. No spoilers, but yeah. Come check out Abigail.
Awesome. Can't wait. I'm also doing the Bingers Assemble with Jay Scotty of Planet of the Apes, and we're also doing the Fallout series on Amazon Prime over on Pandavision. So lots of fun things going on right now. Lots of great podcasts. So check them all out. StrandedPanda.com for all those things too, all the links and such. And we'll be back soon, guys. Peace.
Until next time, true believers.
Hey, you just listened to the Marvel Cinematic Universe podcast from Stranded Panda. I really hope you liked it. Let me just say a big thank you to all of our supporters on patreon.com/MCUcast. You are the lifeblood of our little operation here, and a huge thank you to our insanely generous Illuminati tier patrons, Walter Kreisky III, Lieutenant Bongo, and Jazz Viz. You guys are amazing. If you'd like to see our beautiful faces, you can catch a video version of many of our episodes at youtube.com/strandedpanda. Love you 3000, my friends.